He's the new.
Oh, God. Gosh, Dr. Nelson. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, what was I going to say? I had something very planned that I was going to say this morning. We are making our 1,000 Kiltz health coaches. We're starting round 2. We want to get as many people into that course as possible because it actually takes several weeks to make the coach. So we're going to make coaches. We want to make 1,000 coaches so that we're also in the middle of the process of starting to take on coaches within Kiltz Health. And the team is planning that. So soon, the people who've done the Kiltz Health coaches, we're going to start onboarding some of you, hopefully all of you in the next several months. So we could just start helping so many people all over the planet with health and wellness. But there's work to do on the back end. I wanted to let everybody know that's going, but the goal is to make 1,000 of you guys. There you go.
1,000 and 1,000 and 1,000.
1,000 and then 1,000 more and then 1,000 more.
Yeah.
Let's just help people. That's the name of the game. All right. I'm done with my morning.
And it's an investment into all of our health and wellness to give all of us the power for the next level.
Exactly.
Power. Emilio Steph, what do you think about all sugar diet that's popular now? Dr. Nelson, do we have Dr. Nelson's comments on an all sugar diet?
Not going to even pay more attention to that.
It's is that clickbait? Is that, again, it's
yeah.
If you look at the history of sugar, the number one most exploited commodity was cane sugar, and it enslaved and killed more people and exploited more people than any other substance ever in the world. And really, the exploitation, and the enslavement of humans is cane sugar is number one. It's another deadly substance. So brainwashed. No.
Yeah, no.
Not one bit. Q's, comments, and can you eat too much? Here's another one, Dr. Nelson. Can you eat too much salt?
I think it's rare the patient that's gonna be in that situation because
is drinking salt water. I mean, ultimately, too much concentrated salt at any one time can be harmful for our health.
Yes, definitely. But I think we self-limit the amount. I mean, if you're purposely trying to have 1,000 grams of salt, I don't know if anybody's trying to do that, but the average, it's 5, maybe 4 to 7,000 milligrams of sodium in particular that people have.
Nicholas D., The Salt Fix, really good book. But excess salt that you sprinkle on, in general, if it's too much, your taste will say don't consume that.
Yeah.
Right. You don't want to eat it. It tastes gross if it's too much. So you're saying it might be too hard to do.
Do you have a lot of calibrated measuring spoons to measure exactly how much salt you're gonna have during the day?
I use like almost no measuring. If it says a tablespoon, I usually go like or and so I think not. No, I don't. But I sprinkle a little salt on everything pretty much. I put it in my water, put a little bit in coffee sometimes. And the trick to fasting is salt licking. And Raymond Nazon, SBG, taught me that one. Salt licking.
Guess what? Raymond's in our Kiltz Mighty Tribe Zoom call Thursday night.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Am I doing a SBG this week?
Are you doing SBG this week? I don't think so. I'm going to find out.
Somewhere.
I think she's with us next Monday.
She's with us. Bella's with us next Monday, which is a treat for the Monday nighters because she can only do Monday. So there you go.
Facebook live stream. Dr. Gabriel Lyon is tomorrow.
Yeah.
6. I saw SBG somewhere. Maybe it's next week.
Yes, next week on Monday.
She's with us on our Zoom call, Bella.
Oh, is that where I saw? I thought another one there that.
I'll go with Lindy and I'll get that clarified. Does anyone have any questions in the chat on any Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, anywhere you are, put them in the chat.
Yeah, let's see what I got on Instagram. I got a lot of people. Nona Fried, Cam T, good morning from Indiana. We got Bevy Girl 20, hashtag Cam T. Best diet for a diabetes type 1 person, and can you cure it? Where's Amy when we need her? Dr. Nelson, you want to comment on this one? Carrie McRaymond, Rayam.
What was the question again?
Best diet for type 1 diabetes, and can you cure it?
As low as you can on carbohydrates. And I got to be careful with what I say, right? Claiming cures. But
right.
You can certainly put it in remission and reverse it.
Depends on how early it is, not bad. I mean, ultimately, there are some type 1 labels that may be sort of a really a type 2. Was
the question about type 2 though?
No, it's a type 1.
Oh, type 1. All right. So there are some reports, you're right, about people who on early diagnosis have been able to reverse it. But once you have type 1 diabetes, most people will always have a problem with producing enough insulin, which is the main problem with type 1 diabetes. And I'm sure Amy will be the first to know if there's people getting cured with type 1 diabetes.
I probably, again, a type 2, they have some function, or there's some block on the function of the pancreas that you can convert it early enough and cure it. If you take away the most common causes of it, which are likely plant antigens and likely also the microbial overgrowth in the gut, SIBO. And there's another question on H. pylori. Does the carnivore diet cure H. pylori? Which I would say it can. It can help it tremendously, reduce it, eliminate it. But if you go back to that standard diet, it may come back. Dr. Nelson, you got some other comments?
Yeah, it's just Brisket Boomers, our friend Amy, is going to be doing a live stream today about type 1 diabetics with a few people that have type 1 diabetes. And it's going to be at what time, Amy? I think it was 1 p.m.
Yeah,
and let's put that in the chat.
Time.
Let's put that in the chat and support Amy and what she's doing in helping so many people suffering from type 1 diabetes. But by far, type 2 insulin resistance, hepatogenous diabetes, liver damage is more common, but carnivore probably still is the best diet for all of us, or a very low to no plant sugar-based diet.
That's right. We interviewed Dr. Kiltz. Oh, it was just me. It was me that morning. Nathan Heichelman and his wife, and they have a 3-year-old. Maybe she's 4 now, and she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes like her father. And the dad went away that weekend. And so the mom was too scared of sticking her with insulin. So she just put her on a carnivore diet. And so she's been on a carnivore diet. This daughter, basically her whole life, and has never been on insulin, and her blood sugar is totally fine. I'm saying, but they caught it like the day they found out about it.
Well, I imagine like anything, there's an all or none, and there's a lot of in between.
Yeah.
And so what we define and diagnose may be an incorrect diagnosis anyway. Because when we say you have type 1 diabetes, you have no insulin production. naturally. And so we just misdiagnosed it most likely, or it's kind of like thyroid dysfunction or even premature menopause. We've seen people's thyroids come back, ovarian function come back. And again, it may be far less common, but not an impossibility. I think plant antigens, lectins, oxalates, phytates, and more are the cause of damage to the pancreas, the liver, all our organ systems. My sister Marianne had type 1 since age 4 and died of cardiac failure at 52, secondary to a plant protein low-fat diet forever.
I put the link in the chat for Amy's live stream today.
Yeah, Amy's amazing. She's a wealth of knowledge, experience, and has sort of gone through it all and really been on sharing. And that's the beauty of all of us sharing our stories, because the story is the most critical part that we're learning from. And that's go back to biblical stories. And I think your story is far more credible than a scientific publication, in my opinion.
Great. Aaron Fallon, talk about exogenous ketones, please. Curious.
Exogenous ketones.
So what do you want to know about exogenous ketones? Some people use them, and I have used them when I'm trying to make sure my ketones are higher than that I'm able to do with just the diet for specific reasons. Do you need to use them? No. And I've made it a point the past 2 to 3 years, every time I meet with any one of the big experts out there that talks about ketones or does research about ketones, some of them not exactly very well known, but I get mixed answers about exogenous ketones and what it does to our own ketone production. If you understand, most endocrine systems in our body have several feedback loops, positive and negative. And the ketones, if you're taking them exogenously, you may be decreasing your own production. And the answers have been all over the place about whether it has an effect on our own ketone production. The thing is, sometimes I get what seem to be biased answers. If the person sells ketones, they have the opinion that you should be using them all the time. So anyways,
Well, again, we're all biased in one way. You're right.
Of course.
Dr. Boz talks a lot about ketones. There's, again, maybe we use them therapeutically from time to time versus all the time. And I don't know. I don't have really much experience taking them myself, so I don't know that answer. Let's see. Instagram Terry 9283. Wash your walnuts, put them in an air fryer, makes them better for your gut, which is coming back to the fact that plants that are processed are less toxic for your gut and your body. Although heroin, cocaine, marijuana, nicotine, even excessive caffeine may be harmful, and they're processed, I think.
Okay, next question. What was the channel Dr. Kiltz talks about the sugar documentary? There's a sugar documentary?
Oh, yeah. OTR, food and history. Let's see. OTR, food and history. It's really he's got some great stuff. It is, I don't even know if we got, let's see, where's the way to get I don't trying to get his name.
I see the worst history in food, the worst story in food history, how sugar destroyed.
Yeah, he's got some really great stuff. The history of bread, history of salt, history of tea. I mean, all this stuff is really good. I highly recommend his stuff.
The worst story in food history, how sugar destroyed everything. Were you talking about this YouTube video?
Yeah, I mean, he's really good. He's really good.
I put the link in the chat.
Yeah. All of his stuff again is really entertaining. It's good. It's good stuff. And I haven't found his name, but he's really good. So I highly recommend his site, and the one on sugar is really, really good. I mean, basically, sugar development and sugar's enslavement itself, and then sharing it around the world, basically created exploitation and enslavement of human beings around the globe. It's really good, and there's a lot of good stuff out there that teaches us a lot of interesting. I mean, sugar led to rum, and think of the Americas. You know, sugar, cotton, tobacco, and if you think about it, ultimately those were highly controlling commodities, and they required enslavement.
Mm-hmm. Gian would like to know if fasting will help for her constipation problem.
Well, I guess what's the definition of constipation? Is it I can't go, or it's bloating, pain, bleeding, and it feels like you got to go, but you can't. Well, this is where carnivore and more fat, I believe, absolutely will help with that, and less fiber.
Yes. She says she's not hungry. She's 30 hours into a fast and she hasn't pooped in several days. So she's concerned if fasting is going to be worsening the constipation.
Well, again, not going is not constipation.
Not going, yeah.
That's not constipation. It's feels like you got to go, but you can't, or you're trying to force it out. But I didn't go for 2 weeks on my 2-week fast.
Yeah, if you're not putting anything through here, then nothing is going to be coming out the other end either.
I'm still going to think of the beautiful Italian woman. What's her name? We had her on the show who poops once a month and eats basically only raw meat.
Well, again, it's because what you eat, when it's digested, you don't have a lot of non-digestible substances. Right. So it becomes your body, essentially. I mean, that's really the most efficient thing you can do. Is fasting as well good for women? Fasting's good for men and women, all of us. One of the best things you can do. Dr. Nelson and I are on a 5. He may do 6 or 7. I might do 6 or 7. I don't know. I might do 4. I don't know.
So if you have a human body, fasting is good.
I mean, so many animals fast a significant time, even months, and even some for years, depending on what animal you are. And ultimately, I mean, has anyone here ever tried to lose weight? Is it easy to lose weight?
Not particularly.
No, it's not supposed to be. The fat on our body is the building blocks and fuel that's put there so we can last through hibernation, migration, gestation, famines, all of that stuff. We're built for fasting. That's why we get fat so easy.
So
she's
this is my neighbor because she lives close to me. Aww. Well, not the same, not neighbor next house, but next down over, fasting for 81 hours and have pooped 8 times, about 8 times.
And that's going to depend on what's in your gut when you start your fast. Also, the gut still moves. And so all that stuff in the upper gut is going to get down to the colon. And the colon's job is to begin to concentrate the poop, extract the water. And eventually, when the colon is full enough, then the neuromuscular senses say, hey, you got to squat down. Now, since we don't live in nature's natural environment anymore, you can't just squat anywhere. Can people get the Meet My Food?
You could, but you're gonna get into trouble.
It's not good for our health the way we live. Can you get Meet My Food with the KMT on the back on Dr. Kiltz, Alia?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Dr. Kiltz Market Space. And how do you get a hold of all of us? Our names at drkiltz.com.
So, yeah, Alia at drkiltz.com, Nelson at drkiltz.com. Dr. Kiltz actually has 2 email addresses. One I made for him called Dr. Kiltz at drkiltz.com, but he also has Robert at drkiltz.com, which is might be easier.
Dr. drkiltz.com. Right. Yeah. He'll find someone. Can we ship to Australia?
I will get with headquarters.
We can ship everywhere in the world, but the cost obviously is going to be added. Yeah.
Yeah,
we
and
need to
get them on Amazon, and that'll make that whole shipping process easier. So
if we get all of our stuff on Amazon and through our shop, we have it all rock on.
Exactly.
And our molecular fertility supplements and our Kiltz Health supplements, you can also get on Amazon. And again, they're for all of us. And again, to me, the organ meat's one of the best. But Kiltz is now on all of these to build my vitamin D and to build my health and wellness. I mean, ultimately, Dr. Nelson, can we say you absolutely do need supplements or you absolutely don't need supplements?
I take some supplements. In the past, I've been one of those, have taken a bunch of stuff. I think taking too many things for too long is just going to have some problems rather than help you. But a lot of people don't take supplements, and they do okay.
Although
you should take supplement when you have proof that you're deficient, or that in your experience taking a supplement has helped you in a particular way.
Well, although we do recommend supplements for many minerals and vitamins, because it may be, if you think about our diet, we're not eating the whole animal, we're cooking it, which may destroy it. And so I think a multivitamin, vitamin K, vitamin D, and I'm also taking fish oil. Again, I think it's still known that cardiovascular disease is still one of the most common causes. And so I don't know that we don't know the absolute answer. And like anything else, grounding, sunlight, yoga, meditation, prayer, these are all great gratitude in helping grounding supplements to help us. And so I'm changing a little my trajectory. So from someone that really ate the whole animal for a long time, found myself with a little bit more evidence of possible vascular disease and also low vitamin D. And so I don't know. I think, is it in general, how harmful is it to take the majority of the supplements? I don't know that answer. Obviously, you can overdo it, but I don't know how many times you see hypervitaminosis.
Well, that's just one of the problems that you could have. You could have when you're taking a lot of supplements, just like when you're taking a lot of prescription medications, you may have a lot of interactions and undesirable side effects from the combinations, not necessarily because you have excessive amount of one or the other. So,
well, do you think that we talk a lot about, and again, I sell supplements, by the way, and I didn't take them for a long time. And yet, again, as we're aging, should we take a good D source, K source, fish oil source? And I mean, how many people are, and I'm doing cod liver, I'm doing my baby aspirin. And again, it's hedging the bet, even though we really don't have any. I mean, all supplements say it hasn't been verified that these things are beneficial or required. Does not treat. What do we have on here? All of them have let's see. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, and prevent any disease. And remember, we put a statement, even in all of this, the disclaimer that we're giving you entertainment and advice, but you must talk to your doctor first, right?
yeah.
But ultimately, I mean, we go to medical journals all the time. We've created the term "you must get your doctor" because we've created some medical legal rules and laws in this country and other countries that, you can't practice medicine without a license. So we claim it's coaching and entertainment and things like that, which I think we're seeing a tremendous amount of people healing by following some stories from people like all of us, which I think is important.
Carnivore teacher Alpha. That's John, right? It's
No,
important
that's not.
It's
Is
not
it?
John Laspina? Is it John?
Well, unless
Okay.
he changed his handle.
Oh, okay. Let us know who you are. Okay. It's important to read the supplement labels like we read food labels. The ingredients matter. Yeah, so many of them are junk. That's also a very good point.
But again, it's a lot of it is, if you didn't make it, we didn't make it. And ultimately, supplements are like modern medications. They weren't around for the first 3.5 million years. And certainly there's a lot of it, statins and other medications that many people take today may be helpful, may be harmful. This is where, in some way, it's up to all of us to learn more from what's now currently all on social media, the internet, AI, and you have to really make the decisions yourself of whether you feel it's reasonable to take these things or not.
All right. So yes, it is him. He changed his handle.
Oh, okay, good. I knew it. Susie, Susie, we will ask your question. I'm just getting through the questions. Let's see. She's talking about pooping a lot. I love the poop combo. Danielle asks, are there any good tests to find before diagnosis type 1 and children? Maybe it means type 1 in children. Dr. Nelson?
No.
Okay.
As opposed to type 2 diabetes, which you can probably predict based on a few things, who's at high risk of getting it. Type 1 diabetes, for the most part, might be a sudden, could be as a result of an infection, and then you develop antibodies against the beta cells, and there's no way of knowing beforehand who's going to be type 1 diabetes. And even though it's not supposed to be a genetic predisposition, it could run in families, because I've seen that. I've seen families. So there has to be some genetic influence as well.
Yeah, they're likely like anything else. We're land animals, not birds or fish. Genetically, we're predisposed not to live in the ocean or fly in the air. So, and you're right that we don't have a predictable test that says you're going to get type 1 diabetes. We don't even very good at defining a test that says you're going to get X, Y, or Z. That's part of the problem. Here's a question from Instagram. Austin Solter Biomag. Thoughts on carnivore and hemochromatosis? I had a client with this issue, and I explained that unless it's genetic, most likely it would be underlying inflammation, since that can cause ferritin to increase. And I was going to say that, I mean, essentially, hemochromatosis is related to liver damage. Again, all things that you eat go to the liver first, and there's a lot of liver damage, and hemochromatosis is essentially an inflammatory condition where there is a genetic predisposition, but again, other people without known genetic history can get it. And I think fatty meat, fasting are really helpful for that. Dr. Nelson, you want to add anything or counter it? All right.
No comments on that.
Okay.
All right.
Ryan, Carol, Sarah, Karen, Deanna, William, Jennifer, JB all stopped in on KMT today. Really great. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate everyone.
Next
Today
question.
is Wednesday. What is it? What is today? The 8th?
The 8th.
And today, do we have any other live streams today or podcasts today, Dr. Nelson and Alia?
Nope, not today.
Following our morning live, Old Guy Carnivore Mitch on at 7. So transition from Kiltz Mighty Tribe and Dr. Kiltz team over to Mitch. Learn something really radical and great. And again, if you've got other lives that you're following, let's put them in the chat and to recommend those to everyone around the world. I had a great conversation yesterday with George, Good Enough for You, which was really great, from the UK. And we're going to see him, I think, I'm going to see him hopefully in England next year, and also the Wyoming rendezvous next year.
Nice. Yeah, you're going there. You're going to be in UK almost a month next year because there's a lot of events happening and everybody wants you back to back. So that'll be fun. Dr. Kiltz, when you're in Europe for some weeks this month, should we expect you on the live stream, or is it going to be?
We'll figure it out. I don't know the dates yet. We'll figure it out.
All right, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're going to try to do as much as we can to be there, and okay. I'm probably not going to be there a month. But, there are going to be some events I'll be at, so you got to come. I want to hang out with you guys.
Yeah,
Again, we're doing this around the globe, inspiring each and every one of us to live a carnivore lifestyle, which essentially is recognizing that it's regal, it's strong, it's patient, it understands the power of the mindset. And I think it's mostly a animal-based diet, eating less frequently, throwing in some fasts. I'm adding salmon to my dietary habits, and but again, fish, turkey, chicken, pork, beef, buffalo, iguanas are all part of the diet. Bacon, eggs, butter, beef. All good.
You want to read that,
Alia? Steven Stone says 33 months carnivore, first 27 months, LDL 250 consistently, last 6 months it's gone up to 425 with total sitting at 520 to 5. Only difference is my body fat has dropped below 18%. Thoughts?
You didn't mention what your triglycerides and HDL are. but it sounds like you, according to David Feldman and many others, could be classified as a lean mass hyper responder.
Got to read Lipid Lunacy. Ultimately, all these tests, the challenge with any test in modern medicine, would you go to the bank on these tests, doctor? Would you invest $1 billion and bet that these tests are going to give you some diagnosis that means you're going to die in a month or live for 100 years?
No, I mean, the best they can do is inform you about that level of risk you may have, and if there's any
has
risk,
LDL been shown independently to predict you're going to get heart disease and die of it?
There's nothing that would predict that you're definitely going to get anything, and that's the thing.
We don't know definitely you're going to get something.
You're going to get something, yeah.
Yeah, I really think this Lipid Lunacy is a great book to read. And As the Clot Thickens by Malcolm Kendricks, another good one. And again, I don't know. I don't know the answer anymore.
But
Dr. Kendrick also has the cholesterol con.
Yes, that's a good one. Another good one.
Wait, Dr. Nelson, did you just say that it's for sure that everybody's going to get something?
I did.
Of course, we're all going to die.
Oh, okay. But you could be totally healthy until the day that you die.
Yeah.
Without getting anything. It's possible.
Yeah.
Well,
you got something when you died.
Again, what is the definition of health? And maybe that's part of our problem. We've created this healthy diet, healthy lifestyle, but ultimately, do we really know what it is?
No idea.
We don't.
Carnivore crowd. Partner is mostly carnivore, has chocolate and sauces. Oh, I didn't read the chocolate. Maybe kick out the chocolate. Weight increasing. Track her food, fat, protein ratio. She's 64 kilos when 55 is ideal. Water, electrolytes are good. Activity moderate. Everyone
Idea
wants to
for
lose
who,
weight.
by the way?
What's that? Yeah,
Idea for
does
who?
your girlfriend want to lose weight, or do you want her to lose weight? I think she.
Well, would you say in general that most people's weight increases as time goes by?
Yeah.
And I mean, again, where's the sauce and where's the chocolate 50,000 years ago? You know, it was like,
Also,
we wouldn't be complaining. I don't know when we say ideal, what is an ideal weight? Do we absolutely know that?
if we all look like Margot Robbie, that's the ideal weight. That's what
We
the
don't
media
know.
wants us to think.
Of course we know that's not true.
Yeah, it's not true.
That is not true.
100% not
We
true.
do not know the ideal weight at all. But if there's a famine and you're skinny, bad, right?
Your fertilizer fast.
Yes.
Now-
My husband loves carnivore, but still eats a chocolate bar every now and then. Enjoy it. Kiltz does also have a piece of chocolate or ice cream from time to time. I drive cars, fly airplanes, and I live with another human being, which kind of is risky.
See here. Let's see. Next question. Chuck, docs, you are great at fasting. Have you considered dry fasting? The stem cell reset and body weight reset is statistically great. 36 hours times month for 6 months, then times year only if needed. I don't understand that mathematics, but
Okay.
36 hours once a month.
So dry fasting is great.
Yeah.
I've done it. And I mostly do water fasting, but I've done it all. And I've done 3 days of dry fasting, probably once a year. And is it required? No. Statistically, reset. Again, I don't, that maybe. What are your thoughts, Dr. Nelson?
Again, these are claims that may be true and based on some information I haven't done a deep dive into it. I can't remember right now if it was 32 hours or 42 hours of dry fasting. That's the longest I've done, for sure. Just about 42, probably. When I fast, I usually drink fluid. So, is it better? The people who written books about it and talk about it and have deep dives into the research claim so.
Yeah, but our body, I mean, our cells make water. When we add amino acid onto another amino acid to make a protein, it releases water. And when acetyl-CoA is converted to ATP, CO2, and H2O. And so ultimately we just drink too much, and more complete fasting is great. Even just a day. For sure. So I like it. I just don't do it that much. But I do a lot more. I eat typically one meal a day, 2 to 3 days of no food, once a month, 5 to 7 quarterly. And I don't know, maybe every 5 years I'll do a 40-day fast. Reset.
Resets. So there's a question by Susie on my channel that's not popping up for some reason, so I'm just going to read it. What if you're just eating 2 meals a day, just beef, butter, some eggs, and bacon, not a lot of food, and are still going twice a day consistently? Am I not absorbing? Am I cleansing? So she's worried if she's not absorbing the food because she's pooping so much.
Well, what's your weight doing? It's weight that matters. I mean, if you're losing weight, then you're either not eating enough or you're not absorbing enough. If you're gaining weight, you're either eating too much, absorbing, which again, overabsorption isn't our problem. It is a little bit, but I would say that where are you? What do you want to be? You want to be, you want to gain more mass, and
She
maybe
says the weight is consistent.
You're fine. But again, it's related to how much you eat, and strict carnivore.
I think she is.
Yeah. Again, it depends even how you cook food. My sense is when you overcook your meat, you're getting more damaged molecules that may be less absorbed. I don't know. I'm guessing a little bit on that one, but is that going twice a day? I mean, I go once or twice a week, and I would say a lot of carnivores do that. If you're overeating, your gut is full, so it's in essence, it's like a train, right? So as you put something in, something's got to go out, and that's where I think fasting really comes in to help kind of clear the gut. And some people will do colonics, and I don't do those. Diana,
also not ancestrally appropriate putting stuff up your butt. I don't think it's ancestrally appropriate.
No, but some people still do colonics, and
isn't that like various things to clean it out?
Well, again, I mean, we do a lot of crazy things.
We do.
And so it's just something that some people may find valuable from time to time. I'm not here saying I've never done it, but I know people that do and seem to get some value out of it. Diana Kill, my most recent scope shows carnivore help my eosinophilic esophagitis. I'm still having some difficulty swallowing and some reaction to eating plants and dairy. Any idea why that might be? I'm not planning on eating a bunch of plants, but it'd be nice to tolerate some seasoning and butter.
Well, if it's causing you some harm, stop it. That's the easiest, more direct way to put the answer. I mean, you're saying it's causing some harm, don't do it. If you want to do it, it's your choice. But
well, I would say that you're getting better on carnivore eating plants, again, it's back to we're allergic to these things, and the esophagus quite commonly gets inflamed. And again, how much of a peanut can kill someone's allergic to peanuts? I would say that you may not be able to do butter or seasoning, and that's your direction in life. That could be again, small amounts can be massively harmful for people. So I would say stick to Lion's diet, essentially. That may be the best thing, and then have it checked. Make sure you've healed completely. Other comments, questions? How are we doing?
We got several. We got 15 minutes left. Mark, having bowel surgery next week, taking antibiotics to kill all bacteria, what is the fastest way to build back your gut?
Kefir, yogurt, probiotics. I'm not a big fan, although after my colitis recently, and I took I took ivermectin and antibiotics. I did take some Akkermansia and some yogurt. Raw milk yogurt's probably the best, and fatty is the best. That's probably the best way. Some people will do kefir or fermented sauerkraut, cabbage. Lukey Goddard, I have just completed a 72-hour fast. What would be the benefit to keep going to a 7-day fast? Has even more value to get that gut empty, allow the glycocalyx to heal. And once again, it increases stem cells and reduces inflammation in the body. Any other add-ons, Dr. Nelson or Alia?
No, you're good there.
Good.
Paul Fuller, how do we respond to the ADA's new blood pressure standards? I'm out of the loop.
Well, so the numbers keep dropping, and in order to possibly add more treatment to more people, interesting enough, I have white coat syndrome, and so when I go to the doctor, they take my blood pressure. It always goes up. It's one of those fight or flight things. So but I'm really good now. Just going like, I take a nice breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. I visualize a low blood pressure, and I love the doctor. And I usually say, I take it occasionally. I've taken it at home, meditating. And I think, again, every time you go to the doctor, your blood pressure goes up. We're nervous and worried about finding something, aren't we? It's like when I go through TSA, the metal detectors, I always get a little bit nervous. Someone maybe took my electrolyte mix and swapped it out for something that might get me arrested.
No.
Never know when sugar? Nelson, Dr. Nelson David said, "Hey, Kiltz, this one's for you."
I think he's got an alibi. You're in a different location.
Actually, I got this directly from Dr. Kiltz's hands, and I was stopped at TSA. Is there a connection there? I don't know.
Maybe.
Tracy says her blood pressure goes up when she's at the doctor. I always have like a low blood pressure. What's that about, Dr. Nelson? What's that about?
Many people have higher blood pressure when they're at the doctors, but they don't when they're in the rest of their daily activities. So what I do is I never treat when a patient self-identifies that, "Doc, I have white coat syndrome," or whatever. I want them to take their own blood pressure at home, instruct them on how to do it, and then have them keep a journal, a diary of the blood pressures, and bring it back. If they're normal at home and they have, let's say they have 10, 20, 30 measurements, why am I going to substitute that for the one time in the office that's very high? If they can prove to me that the rest of the time it's not high, then I don't worry that much about it.
Soon for the electrolyte mix coming back. We're also adding some new flavors and working on it. So thank you for everyone's patience. We just had a reformulation and rebranding a little bit. Yeah, maybe we do too many tests and all this. This is where grounding and meditation and prayer and keto carnivore diets and fasting will tremendously reduce inflammation. And remember, hypertension is a vascular inflammatory condition. Over time, our blood pressure does rise for many people, which is natural and normal. But I think the Kiltz Health keto carnivore lifestyles and listening to Dr. Nelson and Alia are really valuable.
And listening to Dr. Kiltz. Let's see. Catherine would like to know if you've had an appointment with Dr. Ovadia for cardiac risk.
Oh, yes. And I'm having another one. I'm getting some additional tests, and I'm interested in the story. This is what I'm interested in. So cardiovascular disease is the most common reason why people have their heart stop, and which is inflammation. These tests are not as good at predicting you're going to die in a week, a month, a year, or 20 years. We don't know that very well. But yeah, I'm actually talking to Dr. Boz and Dr. Ovadia and Dr. Nelson. And I'm interested in people's opinions. For sure. It's coming.
Dr. Kiltz will not drop dead today. No worries. He'll be around with us for a lot longer.
We don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I mean, who would bet $1 billion that I'm not going to die today?
If I had it, I would.
Yeah. But has anyone ever gone to the bank and seen their money?
No.
Money is a mind game. You have whatever you think you have. It's nothing to do with the bank.
So I'm willing to bet that billion today.
Again, right? Bilateral mastectomies with lymph node dissection, Sarah Franklin on KMT. Recent hip replacement. The nurse kept telling me now it is safe to take a BP on the upper arm now. I've not found research that explicitly says it's safe to do so. Your thoughts? I guess, our blood pressures in people who have had lymphatic or surgical things, maybe a little bit harmful. I don't know what time frame it would be. Some people also will do the wrist. And again, it's all relative a little bit. How do you feel? Are we white coat syndroming everyone with blood testing and all sorts of tests that then they begin, oh my God, my CEC score went up, my CT angiogram is like we're all white coat worrying. But I don't know the time frame of that, Dr. Nelson. Do you know anything about like in the acute phase? But I think once you're healed, but I don't know that answer.
Chuck would like to know, are you taking white baby aspirin? Because apparently the colors have aluminum on them.
Which color should I take?
A white, not colorful. Did you know your 2K MK7 does the same for the blood? Ask your doctor if you should drop the aspirin.
K2.
I don't know what that is. K2 MK7
does the same for your blood. Again, none of us know the absolute answer. Remember, we're giving advice and opinions, and it's all over the place. Do this, don't do that. Do nothing. Pray to the full moon. All those things. I don't know that. Dr. Nelson, do you know anything about the color of my aspirin?
So one thing doesn't have to do with the other. So yes, I would agree. Probably if it has color and the chance of having aluminum in it or any other heavy metals or anything like that, then take a different one. That's one issue that doesn't have to do with whether it does the same as the vitamin K or anything like that, but there are often medications that seem to have the same effect, but they don't have the same end result. And sometimes the effect might be additive, or it could be a negative in combination. So there's so much nuance to those things.
Dr. Kiltz, I'd like to do two things because we have like 10 questions, a few questions. We have 5 questions left. Do you have to go to surgery right after?
Just keep on going through the questions. Just do it.
Okay, because I wanted to
just do it
first. I wanted to. Can you play guitar as our background music while I do the giveaway?
Just maybe.
Okay, so we're gonna do the giveaway right now.
Well, do the cues. Do the cues. Finish up the cues.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm doing it at the same time. Sue Middleton. PCP says type 2 diabetes cannot be cured, only well managed. Is there a test to prove it is cured?
Dr. Nelson.
So the diagnosis of diabetes is based on your glucose levels. It's very simple, very old diagnostic criteria. There is absolutely no test without taking the glucose into account to say whether someone has diabetes or not. There is not a diagnostic test. A1C measures glucose. There are 4 different criteria for type 2 diabetes. There is no test that identifies anything else but the glucose for us to know that you have diabetes. Okay? So is there a test to cure? Well, if you are no longer fulfilling any of the criteria for diabetes, you don't have diabetes. Whether you want to call that remission, reversal, or cure, I really don't.
CGM.
You don't have the diabetes.
Put a CGM on there. Let's follow your numbers and stay carnivore. But carnivore has been shown to cure these, right?
Yes.
Next question.
Okay, Kelly, good job. Broken Carnivore. Send me an email, ali@drkiltz.com, shirt size and address. Next question. Mike, Mr. Cast Iron. Can the doctors elaborate on fat? I've noticed a lot of comments to increase fat intake, but I'm thinking not everyone is clear what good fats are other than fattier cuts of meat. Thank you.
Fat comes from animals. That's the healthiest thing for us. Eat the raw fat, healthier than rendered or cooked fat, or even pasteurized butter and milk. So it's really fat cells contain all the minerals, vitamins, and building blocks, including amino acids, simple sugars, and fatty acids. So that's really the best thing. That's it.
And yes, concentrated fattier cuts of meat. And Mr. Cast Iron, did you get my invitation for a live stream? If you
got my invitation for a live stream. He'll be with us in December, but you sent him one also. That's awesome.
All right.
December in the morning. Gian, Dr. Kiltz, I saw you use steel pan. Is there a difference between steel and stainless pan?
I love my steel pan. I season it up. To me, it's almost like a cast iron, and it's one of my best pans.
Is it a carbon steel pan? Yeah. Okay.
Next question. PJ, why do I get dizzy in the morning sometimes?
Because you've been laying flat all night, and if you have a history of inflammatory vascular disease, it takes a little time for the vessels to contract because they've been wide open. You've been resting all night. And so just sit up slowly and equilibrate and let your vessels in your lower extremities tighten up a little bit so all your blood flow from your head doesn't go to your feet.
Alia's question.
where do we sign up for the? Oh, okay, good. Thank you for asking. I'm going to put that in the chat right now. It's also on Kiltz Health, Kiltz Meetups,
drkiltz.com.
and we'll get it on drkiltz.com.
drkiltz.com is the main place to go, and it's going to be on all of them, including KMT and Kiltz Health, just in case there's confusion.
Exactly, but I'll put it right now into the chat so you guys can. That was the thing I forgot. We're going to do a dinner where you're going to pay your own way. We're going to all eat dinner together on Friday, November 14th at Terra de Gaucho. We're asking to RSVP so I can book the tables.
Hack Your Health Tampa.
Yeah, Hack Your Health
tickets. Tampa. There's also going to be a link on Dr. Kiltz Money Tribe, and all of it to get your Hack Your Health tickets. So, and come hang out with us, volunteer with us, all helping spread the word of keto, carnivore, positivity, fasting, community, which is really what this is. The real key is, I mean, community. What's wrong? Our modern medical system is corralling us all to think we're sick.
Yeah. Let's see here. Can I ask about Salobrenia? Can I ask about leg cramping? I basically had it most of my life. I take magnesium, biglycinate, potassium, zinc, selenium, and now iodine in liquid form, but I still get cramps. Dr. Nelson.
Very interesting topic because I've always had cramps. So, anyways, you may be taking in too many fluids or not enough with your supplements, maybe not enough salt. Cramps could be a result of other things. Circulatory problems can give you cramps.
Pulled muscles, tendonitis.
All sorts of stuff. We made it through the questions.
Massage, acupuncture, stretching. Those are really good things to do. And keto carnivore.
Yeah. Oh, last question from Sharon McCabe. Dr. Nelson, Dr. Kiltz, for untreated hypothyroidism is the best fat. Any other suggestions? Is the fat best? I think I don't understand this question, but do you understand it?
Well, for treatment of hypothyroidism, you should go and see your doctor to see if you need treatment, because I don't know your numbers, basically, or your symptoms. A high-fat diet is anti-inflammatory. Many autoimmune diseases get better with that. But there's a difference between this is a medical decision someone has to make with you. If your numbers warranted and they are very extreme, you might need treatment immediately. If they're borderline, you can have a discussion about whether to go ahead and do medications or not. But my opinion, they should be treated when the numbers and your symptoms warrant it.
Exactly. And with that said, we got through the questions.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Alia, Dr. Nelson. Go to drkiltz.com. Join us at Hack Your Health, and also Meat Stock is happening. And I don't know what Mount Tremblant tickets are with Scott Everson. We check to see if there's anything else there. And let's all switch over to Mitch.
Yep.
All right. Yep. All right, everyone. God bless you.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good day.
Bye, all.